Soldier Ronan, do his thing.
Thanks very much.
Do your thing. Do your thing.
Hi there, and welcome to another episode of Ronan Nazarene Talks. I'm Solitaire Ronan from Solitaire Ronan Films.
And I'm Nazarene from Nazarene Prod or whatever. Or that guy with the weird accent.
Yes, and today we have a special guest, Chris Mohan, who has an excellent channel himself. If you're not familiar, go find his channel and subscribe, because he puts really excellent watch lists and film reviews up there. And he does have a wonderful set of shelves behind him. So good morning, Chris.
Good morning. Talking of weird accents, I think I can add something to the menagerie that we have here already.
Yeah, two Scots and an Irishman. That's yeah. I actually got something like your accent's terrible. Can't understand it. I actually got that a few days ago from somebody, and I was like, no, I think when I get them, I just laugh at it. I think it's funny. So I don't. You're a terrible speaker. I can understand you. It's like I just find it funny. So it's
because you don't really think you've got an accent.
No. Now, that's one of the things when I started making videos or recording podcasts. I was convinced I didn't have very much of a Northern Ireland accent at all. And then you close your eyes and you go, who is that person talking?
yeah.
So today we're going to have a general discussion about collecting, viewing habits, how you collect. Do you go after a whole collection or just certain films, certain filmmakers? So we're just going to have a broad discussion about that.
Yeah, I mean, basically, there's been a big thing over the last month or two about collecting versus curating, and before we start, we should say we completely blame SGS Films for all this. We completely blame him.
Yes, as usual.
It's always his fault. It's his problem. He gets the blame. If you want to blame anybody for all this, it's his fault.
Yeah, it should point out it was very nice and civil conversation, and then SGS turned it into a war. Like,
yeah.
We
just want to make sure he knows it's his fault.
Yeah, we have enough problems with Brexit, but he just thought they'd throw this into the mix.
And never before has the word clutter caused so much internet damage. It broke the internet.
Yeah, which is funny because I was watching all and I don't care. I don't care at all. It's nothing to do with me. I just couldn't care less. And as you can see, behind me, this is a small part of my collection behind me. It's not that much. Behind Ronan, there's a bit of his collection. If you look at any Chris's videos, there's a massive part of his collection. I think we're all three people who, in our background of videos, you can listen to the video when looking at the background going, what films do they have? Oh, look at that one. I've got that one. I've got that one. Because I was watching Chris's video yesterday and I was like, I've got that. I've got that. I've got that. I've got that.
I was saying that to somebody else last night, speaking to Rob at the movie vault last night, and he was speaking to me the whole time, and the whole time he was speaking to me, I was just eyeing his shelves behind, going, well, there's the Tremors 4K set, and that might be the Jackie Chan Project A set down the bottom right, and maybe switched off for a few minutes when he was talking. We all did the same thing.
Yeah, it's like, do they have something I don't have, but I really should have? And
YouTube's not good for the wallet.
No. That's why I do it now. I'm just trying to encourage people to actually, because I've got these ones, the background Doctor Who ones. These like special edition ones are hard to get. They're now all about £100 each. So I'm trying to encourage people to spend £100 per box set.
I just sold all mine about 3 or 4 months ago. I just got to fed up because you realise yourself reflecting them. You can't even just wait until they're right. They're already about a month sold out by the time they're released.
Yeah.
In a lot of cases, and so I just go fed up with just the stress of will I get one of those box sets because collecting says if I'm not able to collect them all, what's the point of having one?
Yeah. I mean, it's also kind of annoying because you end up having 1 or 2 seasons you're not that keen on, but you want the whole collection. It's like when you went to 2 seasons of Sylvester McCoy, you're thinking this is getting bad. This is
even at the time they weren't good.
I was going to say there's a reason cancelled around that stage.
Yeah. But I'm too much a Doctor Who fan, so I end up buying them, and it's like I just buy them on the day they're announced. I just go on Amazon, just pre-order it, and that's it. And I figure,
I'm a certain big that it still has, and I'll probably have to move it there for you to see. It's still got all the DVD versions,
Yeah.
and they're just chips now. And a lot of the extras are the same, you know, they don't have the behind couch and all that kind of stuff, but they're very similar.
yeah, things I give my old ones to my nephew to get him involved with Doctor Who to try and make sure he stays in the club.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun to be had there. And it is one of those weird things you get older. When you were of a certain age, I'd say maybe teens, early 20s, we're like, oh, I can't watch that. It's so bad, you know, the effects or whatever the practical effects. Then you come back around again and go, I don't want to see the CGI. I want to see the effort now, costumes and all that kind of stuff people try to do.
Yeah, because there's the real. There's not
Exactly.
physical things there.
You know, they're making it in no money whatsoever. They're making it a same budget as a drama on TV, and they're doing wonders with what they had, and it's like, and there's a charm to it, and there's also the fact that they had a lot of good stories in there, even though they had some bad special effects. It's like, I'd rather take a good story with bad special effects than a mediocre story with some shiny new effects. I'm just, I can't look past all that other stuff.
Yeah, but that's where the collector part goes back. You get the point, well, I'll not watch that anymore because that's enough, and you get rid of it all. And then you come back around 10, 15 years later and go, well, now I need to buy it all again because...
Inflated prices.
Yeah, and it's really stupid, and what can you do? You're more. That's why I just don't throw anything out unless I really know I've had enough of it. I don't want it anymore. I have to really know that it's beyond any interest to me ever. So I've got copies of films that I know I shouldn't really have anymore because it's like, but I'm thinking maybe I might change my mind on it. It's like, probably not. So those kind of films I've got in my CD wallets now. I don't really need to have them in the boxes. It's just like they're doing that.
So many CD wallets and DVD wallets and it's frightening actually, and very a lot of it is very much regret getting rid of it, especially in CDs. DVDs not so much because I tend to rebuy those.
Yeah.
You know, when CDs, I end up using my and stuff exists at the moment. Something that I threw away the case and the cover art for, and because it's now £1.50 to buy, you know, the cover, I may as well buy it again. So I have loads of two copies of everything. That's just ridiculous.
Yeah, Music Magpie is good. They're also very good for old DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff as well. Like, I'm through them so much. Because I now do a radio show, I'm buying on all these soundtracks of stuff at £2 or £3, and I've got them right beside me just now. This big pile of them. Like, so you end up putting them onto the computer, and it's like, well, where do I store all these things? It's like, it's good to have them stored on the computer, but it's like, where do I put all the physical disc now?
I decided when I put it on other shelves, I decided to keep a few 4 CDs so that I could put them back because they were just as probably as that new, just piles on the floor, or piles in cabinets, or you know, just stacked high. So I thought I'll take a lot and I'll dedicate a shelf to it until you know maybe it'll fill up again.
Yeah, because I had boxed all my CDs because I had passing thoughts of moving, and then it was driving me mad because they were sitting in all these boxes. So I ended up putting them all back at shelves because it was just driving me nuts.
You even denied your illicit pleasure.
Yeah, just look at spines. It's like that.
Yeah. The thing is, even though CD wallets, like when you've got like DVDs or Blu-rays in them, if you open them up to look for something, and you don't even know you know where it is, you end up looking through all the other ones. You think, I need to watch that again, I need to watch that again, I need to watch that again. And it's like it ends up expanding what you're going to watch for ages. Until you have this guilt complex, but all these films you have not watched yet that you've bought, and even though you put in the CD wallet because you want to watch it right now, it's still like those are almost like the secondary films because the ones you want to watch are still in the boxes. It's like even there's tons of them you want to watch. It's like Christ, I have so much of a problem.
Yeah, the problem with me is if I don't choose a film to watch immediately, you just stand there for like 2 hours looking at all your films and going, what's that? So you just have to go in impulse and just go and watch that one. otherwise you're there all night.
I love David Premium Blu-rays, if you know his channel. His mad algorithm that seems to change every other week. It just makes me chuckle so much because I've got it sorted now for the rest of the year. We're going to do this. Next video, I've tweaked it ever so slightly.
One from China, two from Hong Kong, three from the top, one from the middle, two from Hong Kong.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have this rough plan. Generally, like, because I know I'm going to do a Herzog season, so I know I've got that. But because my TV's broken and it's now going to come when you want to come back, I'm waiting till like it's set up again so that I can watch them. And you can see my projector screen behind me there for things like that as well. But I have a rough plan, but I gave myself some space because I have suddenly to get the impulse to watch something. And like last week I was on the podcast with Hus and Dion and Carl, and I thought I wasn't going to be on it at all till about 3 days before it went up. Like, I knew I was on it pretty much, you know, when I saw the picture. I was like, you'll be running this yet? Here's a picture for it. I was like, what the hell?
I'm on
and like, suddenly I'm watching a lot of Nicolas Cage films that I wasn't planning to do.
It's because my backlog is now all in one place. So I just have a corner. So it's not mixed in with everything else. So it's all in one corner, in one room. So I can just sit and stare at it hours on end.
Yeah, but if someone actually on the podcast, suddenly you're watching Ghost Rider 2, and it's like, that was not my plan for this week at all.
That anybody's plan for any week.
And that pile's just a crushing weight for you.
Yeah,
isn't it? Yeah.
I should really cheat over it or something.
Yeah. I've got this pile of on a shelf. I've got all these piles of box sets I have not watched yet, and it's getting bigger, and it's like, this is insane. And I don't want to buy any more, but you've got like the Noir box set part 2, and you're like, I haven't watched part 1 yet, but I want to keep collecting them. And you know, I haven't watched all the Hammer box sets yet. I've watched some of the films, and it's like, and it's not like you're just buying them for no reason. You actually have buying them to watch, which is like life gets in the way. Sometimes you have to try and mix it up a bit, and life
should really know better.
What?
Life should really know better.
Yeah.
Give more time to watch films.
Well, that's where lockdown really didn't help us. Of course, for a lot of us, we didn't have the cost of spending going outside as opposed to yourself, but we also had a bit more money to spend and more time to watch them because we're in the house. So you thought, right, let's go mad, because you probably remember March, April, everybody in the world had a sale around then. Just seemed to be.
Yeah.
Every week there was another label had another sale. You're like, oh my god, they're giving this stuff away, and it's going to go to print, and
yeah.
Then
that's been a whole year.
Yeah.
The whole year's been sales. It's like, how many sales has Arrow had this year? It's like half the year's been sale.
It's like any excuse to get a sale.
Yeah, a flash sale for a couple of days. It's like, and you're looking at it, and it's also really embarrassing. You look through them all, you're like, I've got them all.
No.
I was like, it's.
Lockdown's been going on. That's exactly what it did. The last flash sale that Arrow just had 30th anniversary one. I went, no, I don't even need to be involved in this anymore. But like the indicator flash sales that are coming up now, I'm complete. I think you're complete as well.
Yeah, I'm complete. I did that in the last sale. I just went, bugger it, let's just get in, and then that's...
Yeah, so it's like I can't take parts anymore.
Some ways that's good, some ways bad.
Yeah. Now, I indicate I'm not buying them all. I'm just buying the ones I want to see. Like, I sent and wrote a picture yesterday of my copy of Wolf arriving, which really embarrassing is I actually had Wolf on Blu-ray already, and it's not even that good a film, and I bought the indicator version of it, and it's like, what the hell am I doing? It's like, but I wanted to see the extras because they were all about, I wanted to understand what was behind people's ideas of this film, because it's such a weird film.
But that's the beauty of Indicator. Certainly for me, films that I hadn't heard of, that even if you don't love the film, the extras and the work they put into the extras was usually amazing.
Yeah. I mean, the Force 10 from Navarone box set was amazing for a film that's actually kind of mediocre.
Yeah. That's exactly right. That's a really good example of one that is a very mediocre film, and then by the time you sit down and go through it, oh my god, I could be here for days nearly. You know, it's like...
Yeah. It's a mediocre film. I've seen it 7 times. It's one of those films.
But stuff like Bellman and True and the New Centurions, I mean, they're just amazing. And just unearthed little gems. And also, Beast Must Die was one of my personal favourites.
Yeah,
Flawed
only
hell,
mentioned
but
this
it's just
50 times.
I'll try and mention Beast Must Die. Once it's 2 episodes.
So, your Beast Must Die obsession is
Yes, because apart from one flaw, and that's quite a major flaw,
it's,
I just
it's the most
love
important flaw, one would argue.
it's the most important flaw, but there's a charm to the flaw.
I think you're aware of the way that film some bullshit. You know, the end anyway. You know, I think that's kind of baked into the DNA of that film from the very start. I don't think there's a promise really at any point that it's going to make complete sense.
No.
But it's wonderful.
Yeah, but Indicator is good at that kind of weird film. You're thinking, I really should own that. Like, Ronan did some, like, obscure ones recently, and I was like, I had no interest in buying this film, and now I have an interest in buying this film, and I should ban his channel from my view, because this is getting absurd.
Yeah, I mean stuff like No Orchids for Miss Blandish is just so strange, because it's like an English view of America, and it's like English actors playing Americans and an English writer who'd never been to America writing a script. A noir pot boiler about what he thought American dialogue was. It's just like so odd, but it's like fantastic.
Yeah. Or 50 Degrees in the Shade, that is a Czech film, but voiced in two languages, depending on which version you want to watch, and why did this end up here? How did this even survive this long, you know, to the point that it's a Blu-ray, a premium Blu-ray release, you know, to see?
Yeah, I mean, critics of Vindicator would say, oh yeah, you don't have masterpieces in the collection, and also that's subjective. But the fact of the matter is, there's so many interesting films, and again, extras are fascinating, the commentaries and behind the scenes. So for me, that kind of balances that out if you want to make it harder.
And I think we're all of a certain vintage, let me just say, point where a lot of masterpieces are things we've seen in our teens, 20s, you know, the things that people would consider to be gonna be seen that. Not to say they've seen that, I've certainly seen them all, but once you get past that, it is the interesting cinema that you want to see what are the things that this film brings that you don't see in those things. And that's the fun is.
And sometimes I'm sure Nazar would detest because he does a series on it. Sometimes the flaws are more interesting, or how do they get to that point?
Yeah.
I've got 2 series in this stuff. But yeah, no, that's the thing, is my channel has basically become, you see, they're a masterpiece, or it's something really strange. You know, it's like, because I kind of like either something really good or something that's like, what the hell is this? Which is one of the titles of the thing. It's just like, it's more fascinating. It's just like, what the hell happened? Because I know I don't even need to bother covering Indicator for that, because I know Rodin's doing that. So all the weird films that come from Indicator, he's going to cover. He's going to buy them. I don't have to even think about them.
Yeah.
There should be more videos in the keys, what you're saying.
Yeah. Like, no one but me was going to do that video.
Yeah, but that's good that you do that, because so many other channels just dismiss those films. Whereas you tend to go, well, there's a reason for that happening, and what's the actual behind the scenes story of that. So that's really valuable.
Not if you watch Battlefield Earth. I went too far there. I still feel a bit like battered by watching that again. I was like, rather halfway through the film, you're thinking, this was a bad idea. This was a really bad idea. What have I done?
But it's a bit like detox, you know, you knew yourself going into that as a bad idea, and just by doing it, you've reaffirmed the idea that you're pretty judged before it happens, you know, and you learn yourself for the next time.
I know, but this one was much worse than I remember it being. This was like, it actually hit a kind of level of, it's getting painful to watch. I'm finding it hard to sit through this. This is like...
How far did you get into the film when you realised that?
The opening credits pretty much gave it away. But 40 minutes in, I knew I was in real trouble. Like, I was in serious trouble. It was like, that and the Avengers, the Refined, were the 2 hardest ones I've ever had to sit through. Those 2 really kind of... Most of the time, I can enjoy the mess. Like, it was, when I watched Wild Wild West, it was funny how bad it was. It was enjoyable how bad it was, and how strange it got. But those two were like, oh my god.
Yeah, I was having that conversation with somebody about old TV shows that we used to watch religiously that were just greatest thing in there, like the A-Team, right? But if you've watched today, I can't even say that there's just nothing in them. There's nothing happens apart from the last 5 minutes of thing, and you were like, how did I watch this every week? I would have set an alarm to watch the A-Team every week, and it's just devoid of
It's
lots of
amazing. It's amazing looking back the stuff I've watched when there was only three channels.
I saw Knight Rider recently. The old Knight Rider show.
Yeah,
I think it was going for 5 on the streaming like a few years ago. I thought I'll just get it, and it took me about 2 years to get through the pilot episode. Like 2 years because it was so bad. It was just like so wrong, and I was like, my God, this really hasn't aged well.
No.
And then you Street Hawk, which was the motorbike version of Knight Rider, which was even worse.
There was Automan.
Yeah.
Of course, let's not forget Manimal.
I was about to mention Manimal. That was incredible.
But you get some good collector stuff that's really good, like the Sherlock Holmes series from the 80s. That was a really good. And now it's like, why is it not on Blu-ray? Because it should be on Blu-ray. Because it's only DVD.
Right. Playback TV, where they were doing a lot of like the Incredible Hulk series, the original ones. It's actually pretty good. You know, the kind of stuff. You know, so it wasn't like that whole era was completely written off from having TV. It's just stuff I watched.
Yeah, it's just Americans, really. We don't need to blame the 80s bad TV. But also, I got Network does a lot of those old shows.
That's right.
Because Ronan's been doing Monty Python stuff, which I've started collecting the Monty Pythons. But I did not bother with the box set. I was just too much money for. It was like, no, I'll just get the disc. I'm fine. But,
problem I had the Monty Python one is just, and then there's probably has the problem as well. The size of the box itself.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And that's often enough for giving me pause just to go. I'll be able to drop some cheap and then I'll snap it up or otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly something I would recommend just getting standard editions. Because again, the prints are just, it's the best it's ever looked.
Yeah. I've got the Phantasm box set from Arrow, the one with the actual box. It's like, where the hell do you put it? It's so unwieldy. It's like, I've got it way up there somewhere, and it's like, it's just hard to find somewhere to put it because it is unwieldy. It doesn't fit anywhere. But when you open it up, you get the little ball thing, and it's like, that's really cool. I'm quite glad I've got that.
He comes around the house with the fishing rod.
It's quite funny because I've got a green screen thing with this little box thing. I can put that in the green screen. I should put my video on the ball coming through. I've never done it. I've been too lazy.
You could just shoot a sequel. You've got the prop.
Yeah.
Do your own version, indeed.
Yeah, I know. But I mean, there's also Rob the Sherwood was done through Network, and I've just got those, and they look really nice. They were shot in film, and they have been upscaled now, and they look very nice for the time period. And that was another show that they put effort into to actually make it good. It wasn't just even though it was Robin Hood, it was like done right rather than every Robin Hood we've seen since, basically.
Yes.
It's his big thing for Sunday Night TV. Actually, Sunday Night TV is the big drama time currently. But even back then, like Robin Hood would have been a Sunday evening, I think it was. Around that time. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's so easy to collect though. It's just like, I feel nostalgic. I'll spend that money on it, and it's like, then you're thinking, Christ, what did I spend that money on?
Well, I did for a long period where I just collected TV series for a long time. Before the boutique TV market really hit here, and I just was, and it was definitely that aesthetic spine thing because you had series of something, and they were just slightly different colours and moved along, you know, like. Oh, I need another one. I need another colour just to put the end here. And it's like all in shrink wrap still, you know, and what to do.
Yeah, that's.
Why do I have the series of Will Grace? Like, you know. Poor choices.
So I take it you guys collected VHSs as well.
Yeah.
So how many of your favourite films do you have on four different formats? Collect them, bought them on their VHS, bought them on their DVD, bought them on their Blu-ray, bought them on 4K.
Well, there's some not on 4K yet.
Yeah, obviously.
I'll get them.
That's kind of my take on the argument in general. Is that I had all of the Cronenberg films on VHS. That was one of the things that I desperately wanted when I had VHS. And now I have them on VHS, and just since DVD came along, I'm never going to bother with these things again because the difference in quality was mind-blowing at the time,
Yeah.
So click for remorse or buyer's remorse, whichever way you want to put it. The idea that there'd be a new format comes along and I'll just get rid of it, the old format just doesn't exist anymore because, I lived through it and regretted it once.
I mean, it's interesting to see the VHS come back and these VHS editions are coming out. It's quite surprising.
Yeah, just nostalgia, just
Yeah.
is there. Because you've got other ones where you've got the Blu-rays in a box that looks like a VHS, just to get your nostalgia going. I haven't been buying those though because I was like, there has to be a point where you go, no, that's.
I just bought it for the thing, obviously, so I've got 13 different editions. I mean, because that's just me.
I would be disappointed if you hadn't. I've got to be honest.
Yeah. I've got a Videodrome one from Criterion, which is
that's
shaped like a
good.
videotape, but it's got the disc in it. And
That's right.
some of the DVDs from Criterion look really gorgeous. Even though the films have been remastered, I've got some of the old DVDs that I'm keeping just because they look nice. The boxes but I mean, there's nothing. I've got Silence of the Lambs and RoboCop and Criterion, even though they've been remastered so many times since then, and they look terrible in the Criterion thing now. The box looks. It's quite nice to have that little collector's thing. But
but that's definitely something of a beginner collector. I had this conversation with somebody, I've been Graham on my film, when he was saying, why do I keep on buying this thing? Because even though I already have it. It's like because the physical thing and the prettiness of it is just as much part of the person's decision as the actual film. People say, oh, it's all about the film. But you wouldn't know this entire collection here if it was just all about the film. You would stream it all.
Exactly.
yeah, it's a weird thing. But then again, there's also people just collect them for the boxes almost, and it's like you have to be interested in what's in them too. There's got to be a kind of middle ground. But I really want the films. But and honestly, because if it's a film, I just like the film, but I don't like the cover. I would just put it in CD wall. I just don't really care. But if it's something that's got a good box, I'll keep the box because it looks nice. It's nice to have it. Like I don't throw out the Arrow stuff. I don't throw out the Indicator stuff. I keep them. But if it's a mainstream film, I'm not going to care that much because the box is going to be pretty bland to see, and it's like, what's the point in keeping it up? Really?
Yeah. I think with a lot of anything that I had CD walls from DVD, I kept anything that was a nice box, like a slip cover back those days. DVD of Swingers, and then everything else that was generic Hollywood film is in the walls.
Yeah. Because they don't really put the effort into those kind of covers. It's just like pretty much two faces of the main actors on it, and that's it. And a title, and it's like, well, I've seen this design 50 times and 50 films.
It's not stuff like Play Archive and people like that.
Yeah.
Put so much work in, you put artwork inside the box and then inside the
I know.
It's more just mass produced, just let's get as many units shifted as possible.
When people go into love their covers, I mean, look what Graham's doing now, man. We film with the Vinegar Syndrome stuff. He's going down a hole there. It's interesting to watch. I'm fascinated to see where this goes. Like, I'm just watching as an observer there. I'm thinking, okay, where's this going? This is interesting.
I fell in that rabbit hole, but I got ordered 2 months worth and it arrived at the door. And it's fun, but it's a bit like you said before. You've got we're both indicator clips, so indicator will be something that I'll probably all buy, but it does mean that I'm going to make sacrifices and other things to pick up as well, because that's where I put my priority.
Yeah.
Because if you've done it for so long, are you really going to go, oh, I'm just going to stop now? It's like
Yeah. Don't like them off because then that's another month you have to catch up with another on the line.
Yeah.
It's the pressure.
I can see you think the consequences of that already.
Yeah, exactly. But like you could say like these days things are not selling out, but you point out, put me in the wire, volume 1 box that is really popular.
Yeah.
And even though the 6,000 copies, it's gonna go.
But it's pretty much almost gone because I just got it because I heard it's about to sell out, and I was like, I want a box set, and it's like I was going to wait till last month. I had to buy it last month because it was just like I want it before it sells out. And now I'm thinking I need to get the second one because I want to see those films. I really want those films. It's like
Yeah.
But
I did a random review, as you know, the lineup, which is just a great film.
Yeah, and it's.
I mean, there are indicator box sets if you're not complete, like I said in video shameless plug. For like William Castle Volume 2, to me, the only one worth watching is really Straight Jacket. So you can wait for a standard edition if you're not, a collector of Indicator completely and stuff like that. You could just wait for standard edition of films.
But you wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
It's also a risky thing because I was thinking, watching your video this morning, that if I had made my decision about what box to pick up on what I thought the interests were, you would have missed out Tall Tales one, I think. And I think you're right. Tall Tales one is one of the absolute jewels in the crown. As you do your way through that box, you just went, I'm really loving the through lines of this.
It blew me away. I wasn't expecting that one to be as good, but it's just wonderful.
Your things. I was one of the ones I wanted actually because I'd seen some of those films on TV. So I was really wanting them because that was one of the ones that was them and the Hammer ones were the ones I really wanted. Then I got into the habit of the other ones, and now it's a case of the only one I don't really have is the John Ford one because I'm not a John Ford fan. It's like I've got all the others, and it's like it's tempting now just because it's like almost a completionist thing because I've got all the other box sets, and it's so sad.
I mean, I'm not that high on the John Ford one, but obviously if you're a fan of John Ford, then. I mean, there's one for me, there's one gem in it. Another interesting one, and then two that I'll probably revisit that often.
Yeah.
So not to make it indicator-centric, but I was just going to ask Chris, do you remember your first indicator that you bought?
The reason I started it, it's funny you were saying as well. The Harry House films obviously were the ones that came up, and I went on look, and it was just after, I think, it was just after they were starting to come rare. And somebody in an Italian seller was doing all three, so the Sinbad, Harry House 1, Harry House 2, for £105 for the three of them. Just as they were selling out. So I went, right, let's go on that. And those three arrived. And it was only when those arrived that I started going through and going, there's the film here, but then there's another three times what film is on the back end. And then I started watching a couple of films, the were from earlier on, so things like Christine and Body Double, that kind of stuff. And then it's like, because Christine, around that time I would have thought me and horror had fallen out. Because I was damaged by what, 90s? Like horrors and gore horrors and stuff, so I stopped watching. And then I watched Christine and I went, well, it's not really much of a horror film. It's own right, but it is fun, but I really enjoyed it. So then that was that. And I started picking them up. On a monthly basis, and then just get to the point where like, I'm only missing number 7 and 10.
Yeah.
I need to get 7 and 10, because then I'll have all the numbers in a row. And then the fact that Birdie was delayed for so long helped, because everybody had this whole collection for Birdie. Then when it came out, right, okay, I'm in.
Yeah, because Christine was one of the first ones to sell out, I think.
Yeah.
Christine was really quickly.
Yeah. Those were the first two to go, and then everything else kind of took a bit of a while. It felt like to me anyway.
Yeah, because I think Blue Collar and Charlie Varick were my first ones.
Yeah.
And then Night of the Demon I didn't get from Indicator, so I didn't get the wee business card, the Julian Carter, which really annoyed me. So that's why ever since I've just always got from Indicator. And that kind of started it.
I might send you mine, that kind of stuff. That stuff usually just sits in the top of the spine of the shelf for me. It's the same with the extra cool stuff came with the Fu Manchu. It just
didn't fit in the box.
It's across the top. That goes there, yeah. So if I think about it, I'll see if I can find it to you, because it'll honestly get lost in the back of the tea one day. Remember?
Okay, I'm not going to mention it again. Sorry.
Yeah. See, I don't collect stuff like that, like for numbers at all. I just don't. I just go from. I follow the films more than anything. I just don't really care about having all the numbers, because it's like because there's certain films I just don't want to buy, and it's like I'm not going to buy them. Don't.
Yeah.
So it's.
Indicator's the only one.
Yeah, sure it is.
Apart from one black label, which is probably not for your health, but there's not that many of them.
Yeah.
That's one of those things I'm not sure why I'm still completing that one, but once you've gone so far, you're like, I'm in.
I only hope they don't have 100 releases.
But it's all interesting, like I said, I get something out of every single one.
Yeah, behind the scenes are interesting, something more than
yeah. I do like the fact that I said this in the review, that the cooler, while already a pretty decently length film, has a documentary about the film that's half an hour long as long again.
Yeah, that was really good making of.
Yeah, it's tremendous there. So yeah, I can't think of any of the Eureka. I missed so many of them now that it's.
Yeah.
It's bananas. But just so to check, I did do the spreadsheet thing about over so to see exactly how many I am missing. 96 spines. I'm not going to play catch up on that. That's a bit much. That's a bit much.
Yeah. Christ, that's I just never ever look into that stuff at all. I just I would just go for the different titles, and it's much more random. I'm just not going to this is always every label is always sometimes I'm just not going to buy. It's like that.
Yeah.
I'm just not buying that, and that's it. So I never get that bothered.
Because that's why I would never be completing the premium collection, for example, because there's films in that I would just never buy. And even if I had the money, I would probably never be completing Criterion, just because films that I wouldn't really be interested in.
Yeah, I mean, it's I just don't really follow the numbers, because my indicator are all over the place, because I'm probably missing half of them, and it's like I pick up some in sales, but there's just certain films I'm interested in, certain films I'm just really not, and that's it.
Yeah, that's absolutely.
Yeah. So somebody said it's a bit like peer pressure. You see somebody else has it, and then you kind of want to watch yourself. For me, it's very much a spectrum thing. I think. It's a quirk of my personality that I cannot defeat. I fought against it for 40 years, and at a certain point, you just gotta get better and say this is what it is.
We're all on the spectrum somewhere.
We are indeed.
Collectors definitely are. Collectors want certain things, and plus I've now gone into 4K, even though there's not many good titles yet, and I've gone too far already, and it's now I'm pulling back. It's like, no, there's certain films you don't want, even though you're trying to get some decent 4Ks, and you suddenly realise you bought a whole series of films. Because I'm very good at being cheap. I'm a very good at being cheap collector, but still, sometimes you think, maybe I should pull back here.
The bit that I keep on saying about 4K is, see, once you get past the first 10 minutes, I forget 4K.
Yeah.
Once you get over the initial, oh my god, that looks amazing, then it's just a movie that I've seen however many times beforehand, no matter how great it looks. I've probably seen it in cinema. My brain retains a lot of those films' memory of seeing it in cinema, and you're never quite going to get to that level anyway. So
yeah, I mean, it's the 4K. I find that my attention is much more precise on it because it's so clear, more than I would on DVD or something where I never liked DVD. I always thought DVD was kind of flat, and I like stuff where you can get more depth to the image, which what I like about 4K. I don't really care so much about the sharpness, it's just the depth you get in 4K more than anything else. I really like. There's just not enough yet of good films, because there's a bunch of good films, and there's some films that are fun, and then there's a lot of crap out there. So I've kind of got the good ones so far, and that's it. None of them have to wait.
And it has put that extra premium on what is already quite expensive products. You you look at that battle royale set, 60 quid coming out for Arrow, and you're like, everybody's getting rid of the really nice Blu-ray set for half that at the moment because they're going to upgrade. And you're like, what do you do?
What did I do? What do you think?
Yeah, I think we know the answer.
Yeah,
The thing, I didn't
really
really have a good copy and Blu-ray of that one. I did this cheap one, so that, well, I might as well just get it all in one go.
Plus you get the sequel in Blu-ray, which has never had a Blu-ray release.
Yeah. The hang Blu-ray
It's not that good, but no.
Would think it helps quality anyway.
Not unless they do a completely different film. But.
Or maybe just it being a Blu-ray brings a home that you've never seen before. Yeah. Unlikely to happen.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I've went from VHS to DVD to Blu-ray, but I'm well, at this point, I'm not really going to get into the 4K because, like you say, there's lots of films that just aren't available.
Well, you Flash Gordon though. So you
I
have.
do have Flash Gordon. I've future myself. I've future the Lady Killers and Jaws, but that's a different argument.
The other thing about that 4K that gives me some pause is nearly all the extras parts are on Blu-rays.
I know.
Anyway, those releases, you can film in 4K, you might get one of the commentaries with it, but everything else is Blu-ray. Anyway, I don't really have a Blu-ray copy that it's hard just to buy, especially on release, the premium of what that is.
Well, I think the best to be is a cheap bastard like me who just never buys anything full price.
Well, you just get an eye for value. Rather than cheap bastards, it's eye for value.
Yeah, because I mean, I've just got all the John Carpenter ones available on 4K or on 4K. I've got them now, so I'm very pleased with that.
Yeah.
But now I'm actually looking much more at the DVDs that are more interesting in films again, because I've gone beyond the initial honeymoon period of, well, that looks gorgeous. Now it's like, well, that's a good film. I don't care about anything else.
And I haven't got space to have another set of those things bought again of the same films.
Yeah, because
And
I'm
you
looking
don't
at
have to separate your 4Ks on another shelf. Another shelf to take up.
yeah. I'm much more interested in some of the second run at the moment. We're getting a lot of really good foreign films coming out, and it's like that's much more where my interest goes every month to what's coming out. You know, like I think every distributor has about 3 or 4 months of really good stuff, and the rest of the time it's the okay stuff. Really, like Indicator, like a few months ago when they announced the month stuff was coming out in March. It was like, I want all of these. This is unusually good. Like the Criminal Code, 20th Century,
That's right.
Crime Wave, Things Change. It's like, Jesus Christ, that's insane. They saved it all for 1 month. I can't afford them all, so I need to get 2 and then get up 2 later.
The problem is when you get like 4 labels all having that same month.
I know.
That's when you get into trouble.
Yeah, January was pretty bad because Indicator had Light Sleeper and Geronimo, and I think Arrow had the GSA and Southland Tales, and it was like, Christ almighty, this is too much. And this month we've got Dawn of the Dead as well.
That's right. The smaller release because I've refused to buy that BMO before.
I know.
I bought the behemoth.
Of course you did.
Of course I did.
To be honest, I was well enough in that well until it was released in November, and there was just so much stuff around November that just had to go right. I could get 2 of these things that I want rather than one thing. And once it kind of made my mind up, I was just kind of looking at the video going, I didn't want it. Didn't even like it.
Yeah, you wanted to be cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, I try and value stuff with the value of the film, really. You know, if it's a 3-star film, I'm not necessarily going to spend that extra money on. It kind of has to be a film in my opinion, it's a little bit better than 3 stars. Obviously, I've probably done exceptions for that, but
Yeah.
I was going to say, I'm trying to think of what the film that I like at least that I paid a premium for. You know what I mean? That kind of thing, because well, either I needed to pay the collection, or it just has some other value other than the value of the film is amazing.
I have no shame when it comes to buying films. I own some really horrific things for Blu-ray that I shouldn't. I own Highlander 2.
There was a time and period when I liked Highlander. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered if it was an honestly classic Highlander. I would have been for it.
Well, I only get two because I have this thing about I just point out to my channel. I like disasters and films that are of such bizarre quality that they're interesting to talk about. And it's like one of those. I'm definitely doing a Highlander 2 video at some point. It's coming. I haven't quite got there yet. But another thing is like I don't keep the rest of Highlander films. I just want the disastrous one.
Yeah.
And the first one, really. That's it. I don't keep the rest. But I think it's quite good to have some films of dodgy quality in your collection. I think it actually just helps vary it up a little bit. I think if they're all masterpieces, it's kind of boring.
Yeah.
I call it this Sunday night thing of what was Jean-Claude Van Damme, but it's also Jack Chan elements and stuff that are horrifically dubbed, even in the original language. You know, they'll find that very interesting. Just to say, I'm going to stick this on, and I can kind of, I don't have to take it seriously at all.
Yeah, your series of Van Damme reviews are very entertaining.
I don't know, but like I said, the wife watched the other night and went, that is absolutely dreadful, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was watching Godzilla vs. Kong yesterday, the original. And then I watched Con Air, and then I watched Speed Racer. So I was nothing. I was going for pure pulp that day yesterday.
I can't make my mind up on Con Air because I know, like at the heart of it, it's not very good. But at the same time, it's so not very good with Nicolas Cage trying to be a hard man. Like it's just the whole thing is just.
Well, it's self-aware. It knows it's a bad film made by people who know they're making a bad film and they're setting themselves up. That's what I get.
It was Jerry Bruckheimer, was it? I think he thought he was quite serious action film.
Yeah, but I think everyone else knew though.
Yeah,
and they were subverting it all the way underneath them at every point. I mean, you look at John Cusack and John Malkovich; they are setting that film up in every possible way.
Yeah.
You know.
And Nicolas Cage made a career out of setting himself up in roles that are just, you know. Not really for him.
But it's nice to have something like that on your back catalogue that you can. I just feel like watching this tonight, and you can pull it out and you've got it. But again, it's a CD wallet film. It's not a film to have in your.
It is in my CD wallet. That's exactly what it is. That gone 60 seconds. The other one that's decided. Which ironically enough, when myself and my wife got together, it turned out that the only film that we both owned was called 60 Seconds. Which I don't know what it says about either of us, you know?
Yeah. I'm a purist. I like the original best. The original was kind of bizarre and weird and terrible until they get to the car chase, and then it becomes the most amazing film ever.
Yeah, I don't know that.
I haven't either.
No, I had to get it from Mill Creek in America for almost nothing, like a few years ago, and it is like the first half's absolutely awful, unwatchable, and then they do the car chase that lasts for half the film, and the car chase is wonderful, and it's like, I know why I want this film now. You know.
I just realised what things that are paid for that are at the least value. And it's the Dolomite films from Fincher Syndrome.
Right.
They are absolutely terrible. But there's a documentary that runs across them all about the cultural value of Dolomite going forward. And that makes them worth owning.
It's just justify them. As long as you can justify it
by itself.
Justify the insanity.
Because again, it's subjective, but I certainly can get the impression of Vinegar Syndrome. There's not too many quote-unquote great films.
Yeah.
I know that's subjective, but that's why I've never really got into Vinegar Syndrome.
I don't think there's many good films, Vinegar Syndrome. I think there's some really weird films.
Yeah.
But don't tell Graham. Don't tell. He's having fun. Let him have his fun.
I can also see in all seriousness why somebody just watches those and nothing else. You know, there's something like deeply interesting about the fact that somebody put this much lavish and love and care into restoring this film, putting extras out and then saying, "Here, go buy this from me."
Yes.
Yeah. Why did anybody do that for this film?
And love covers.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but that's the thing. As soon as I see Graham's got a Vinegar Syndrome film up, I'm definitely watching the video instantly. It's like, I need to see this. I need to see what the hell this film is. Even though I don't want to see the film.
You have videos on people comparing the thickness of the slip covers and Vinegar Syndrome as opposed to thickness of the slip covers.
I did a review of one Vinegar Syndrome, but once I put the title on that video blew up, and I think a lot of people were very disappointed when they realised that it literally just one 2-minute section of the video. One of those analysis things people started watching the video. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
And that's what you want for a brand. It's just as soon as you name that brand, people are going to click on and people are going to get interested.
People will put them up there. And it speaks very highly to the physical value of things because their covers, I would say, more so than anybody else. Those are the things people really want out of that. The slip covers not there, the film's nowhere near as interesting to people to buy.
Even though I have noticed that a few recent Arrow releases, like Weird Science and Bright Reanimator, are kind of going for that, purple and greeny, kind of almost inspired by Vinegar Syndrome, that sort of. Just not as thick.
But they need to do that for certain films just to get people interested in them. Because I mean, I love Reanimator films, but Beyond Reanimator is not a good film.
I actually enjoyed it more than I thought.
That's not exactly right.
No. It was better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, but you probably thought it was going to be unwatchable.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's not Reanimator.
No. It's not even Bright Reanimator.
No. Or From Beyond.
Oh, From Beyond's great. I adore From Beyond. It's something special.
I have to say, like, I am one of those people that sleep sucker for first cover, even though their non-uniformity on the shelf drives me mental when I actually put them on. But the idea of that slip cover, like a lot of Eureka classics fall into that. I fight myself all the time going, I don't even like that film. This Stephen King Sleepwalkers. I don't even like it. That's a slip cover. That is a nice.
Jeez. I'm not that bad.
Oh God! I'm sitting last night with it in the basket.
Yeah.
Oh God!
I suppose that was me with Wolf. I was like, should I buy it? Should I not? And it's like, and then ended up a week and I bought it. But does either of you? I don't think Ronan does it. Do you ever buy stuff in streaming? Really?
Yeah, I don't really.
I did when. I do it actually a lot for classic Hollywood movies. There is a great solve or something that is kind of non-scripted. You may as well not streaming as opposed to anywhere else. And you usually pick it up on some stage 4 times or something to buy. And the nice thing about streaming is that the format upgrades, usually you get the upgraded version with it without having to repurchase it. So that's been a nice value of that. But anything curiosity or an interesting thing. No, like the Arrow Academy, they do their weekend of $2.99 for a film.
Yeah.
Buy that. Yes. I'm not gonna just want to watch the movie and be done with it. I want the whole thing that goes with it.
You see, I like streaming, and I actually do buy some of those Arrow ones. Some of the ones I would not buy is a disc. I want to see film, so I got Mega Time Squad. It's like I was never going to buy a disc for that. Then I saw the film. I was like, I really enjoyed that film. I'm glad I bought it. And there's certain ones like that I would buy streaming. There's also stuff that you can't get over here like in HD, but you can buy it in streaming. Like I just bought the film called The Beast, which is this 80s movie about Afghanistan. And
JC Patrick.
yeah, you can't buy that unless it's like in standard definition, and I wanted in HD, so I got it in streaming. So there's lots of stuff there I'd buy, and if you buy it from the Apple one, you actually get some of the extras sometimes as well.
That's true.
And if you, because I got a PS4, I can just play it through the PS4. I can play the film. So there's certain films I would do it for, and there's some stuff that's out in 4K only on the streaming, not on the actual disc. So there's certain ones I would do it for, but I'd rather have the disc. But sometimes you just can't. So we had 20th Century on streaming for a long time because that's the way you get it.
The only thing that really drives me out of streaming, especially when you have a streaming library that's a certain size, organising can be an absolute pain in the backside.
Yeah, there's no organisation whatsoever. It's just that when you bought it, and that's it, and you just have to go all the way back to the beginning of you buying it. If you want to watch a film you bought at the beginning, you try to work it out. Because I've got some really weird ones at the beginning that I bought really cheap, and it's like, I want to watch this, and it's like, it's going to take me 10 minutes to go through. I'll just settle for it. It's quicker than actually going all the way back to find something. But I still cringe. It's a new way of collecting, and I do like it. But I wish it was more organised. But I only ever go for the ones like Amazon or Apple that I think will be around for a while.
Yes, they do.
Because otherwise you'll lose your collection pretty quick.
Yeah. Like I say, it is a nice treat when you bought a film years ago and then you go and check. You get round to watching because just had a 4K remaster, and then you go back on and you realise I didn't watch it, but actually it's just been upgraded to 4K itself. So I can either watch it 4K without having to do anything extra or pay an extra or anything like that.
Yeah, because I had Total Recall on streaming because I actually thought it was because I bought the Blu-ray and it wasn't a very good copy. I thought I'll try the streaming version. It was exactly the same version. I was like, oh, for Christ's sake, I'm just wasting money. And then lo and behold, they did a remaster this year, I think, or last year. And you upgraded the streaming version. So I was like, I can actually see the proper good version of Total Recall now. So it was quite nice. I mean, I bought it 2 years before, but I finally got the money's worth out of it.
So that's why every Monday Apple have a different essential film with a classic film that's £4.
Yeah.
Most of the time not 4K, but maybe coming, you know it's going to get a 4K around the same time.
Yeah.
Snap that up, stick it on. It could be very nice and handy someday just to watch.
And sometimes I get some cool stuff for like £2. Sometimes it's like, I can just chuck it on. It's the same with Amazon. Sometimes you can get something that's, it's kind of the equivalent of something you put in a CD wallet. Sometimes it's like, I don't need this in a box set, but I'd like to have it if I feel like watching it. Like I got Early Man recently, which is a film I like, but I don't need it in a box set. It's just like, it's a nice silly film, a starving film. It would be nice to have one Sunday afternoon some point if I really feel like watching it. It's one I could happily rewatch.
Yeah, I mean, I think it should really be used to augment your collection or fill holes in rather than personally I wouldn't want to just make it that's all your collection is just streaming.
No, I would drive you nuts, especially if the internet goes off. You're in trouble.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah, that's it. Amazon Prime is where I watched Parallax. Obviously, there's a rather nice physical release just done of that. It's been really becoming the UK and I've had time on that. But after watching the video, I was like, right, I've seen clips, seen all the President's Men, I've got Parallax, and this is a nice, easy, convenient way to see it. And great it was.
Yeah, I just watched the video this morning for Parallax View for some reason. I'd been putting. There's so many people putting videos out now. I always fall behind. I haven't seen that one. I forgot. I need to watch that video now. I forgot. And it's really.
I was going to say what it's really saying is it's 26 minutes long, right? And only he's allowed videos that
I got a bit carried away because it's just like it's so awesome.
Yeah. Remember, that's the thing. Because we're in lockdown, everyone's putting videos out all the time now, and it's like they're coming out fast and you can watch them and you think, I think I've seen all the videos from this person, and I realised there's a massive amount you haven't seen. You're thinking, when did that come out?
Yeah. I still haven't watched the King Kong one.
How dare you? It's a
I
masterpiece.
know.
That's right.
It
I mean,
is.
that's the thing. Is like I just realised I hadn't watched a Caliban, your second Kurizumaki one. I was like, I thought I'd watched that, and I was like, no, I haven't watched that one. And it's like, because you think you've watched them, and you realise you haven't, and you don't know why how you missed it. But it's like Dicey puts them out so quick. It's like you cannot.
Yeah, sometimes it's like 3 hours a day. So.
Yeah, I try and avoid more than one a day. Like last week I put 2 out in one day, and it was a mistake because the second one no one watched at all, and it was like I try not to do that at all because it's like there's only so much interest someone's got in your opinion, really. So it's like that's kind of a mistake. But Dicey puts so many out, and it's like I cannot keep up with this stuff. And if certain ones is like I'll watch it once I've seen the film, it's not. I'd rather watch the film first. But it's like
I often feel that about certain people's reviews tend to go a bit spoilery a bit quickly. You know what I mean? So it's your job to click on the video in the first place. Whereas, some of the spoiler section, like a parallax video, it's like a good update point here. This is fine. This gives me a extra.
Yeah, I do try and to say that as well if I know I'm going in there, but I don't put spoiler review on. I just say better stop now if you haven't seen it.
But a lot of your, I was going to say, a lot of your videos seem to be made for people that know they've seen it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very clear. It's not a review per se. It's an analysis of the film.
Yeah.
So it's
I assume you've.
you've seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, because some films you can talk about and you don't need to go into spoilers, and then there's other films you kind of have to actually talk about the film. So.
Yeah. I mean, there's some ones that are impossible without talking about the ending.
Yeah, I generally don't go into spoilers. Sometimes you just have to.
Yeah, because sometimes you do about a film that's new, you think, I know I can't go any spoilers here, and then you realise you have nothing to talk about. Like I did one of Knives Out last year, and I just realised very quickly as I was on the film, I was in trouble because it was like there's nothing to say because without giving away.
The plot details. Yeah. Indeed. And then there's obviously other films that hold reason's interest is because of how it ends, or that kind of thing. Like the Parallax, for instance. How do you review that without actually talking about where it ends up?
Yeah, all I generally do is say it's got 70s endings. And if you know what that means, then you know generally what's coming.
Yeah, it's But that's the thing. I think whoever you are, you're making videos. Like I know my videos do better as I go along. Like they don't do great when they first come out, and people see them as they go. And I think it's also a case of you're telling me you're doing films people haven't seen, and then maybe once they've seen them, they'll watch the film, watch the video, but they're not going to watch it until they've seen the film, so it doesn't really matter. So you just have to have patience. And I think videos are the same way. There's certain ones
because obviously I talk about stuff that's fairly random. That's why it's called random reviews. And obviously they're not generally that well known, so I fully expect them not to have that many views at any point in my career.
Yeah, I've said them before. I always kind of treat videos nearly like extra special features. Once you do one movie and I've went to special features and the video for it and the video for it, I know where to go find it. Is that the same thing for me to watch the film in the first place?
Yeah, because you just covered Ida. That's that's one of the films I've had in disc for ages, and I still haven't watched it. It's like I really need to watch that. But that's one of the ones that's like I feel guilty about because I know I should watch it. I know it's short as well, and it's like why have I not watched this?
Yeah, it's a beautiful little kind of simple film that just takes its time and is quite happy doing it. And it's
I always find it hard to recommend films like that because there's literally not a lot happens in it. You become away going, God, that's amazing. But I also enjoyed watching it because it's beautifully made, obviously, for a start. They're definitely valuing it.
But again, if it's 2 hours long, that would be a bit too much.
Yes, indeed.
It's perfectly engaged.
Yeah. I remember that one about Elsa, like a year or two ago, and it's hard to talk about that one because it's all about the atmosphere. It's not really about the plot as much. The plot's important, the story's important, but it's really the atmosphere. Because who
Plus,
directs
it's only half of the film as well.
I know.
It's only the first half that he made, so but it kind of works with that kind of then especially saying just like well, here you go. That's what we made.
Yeah.
But
I know you've said before, you watch a film and go, yeah, I'm going to do a video on this, and then you actually sit down to do it. It's just like, yeah, there isn't a video here. But I enjoyed the film, and it's like, but this is, it's nothing to actually talk about.
Yeah, I did one of my early ones. This was actually a good thing for me to do, to realise not to do this. Was like I watched all the Transformers films. I thought this would be a funny one to do because they're so bad. I watched them all and I realised that there's nothing to talk about. I did a video and there's nothing to talk about. They're just bad. I was very careful after that to watch film. Don't watch film just for the jokes, because it's like you might just get in trouble because there's just nothing there. And I watched all the bloody films as well, which is very annoying.
Yeah.
On 4K.
There was no 4K then. This was just cheap ones bought from CEX.
Yeah.
Oh, CEX.
Yeah.
I think CEX will probably consider me a stalker because it's just keep on walking and looking around. Again, it's just you're looking for something in particular to catch your eye.
You should really stand in front of binoculars.
Yeah, because sometimes they've got good stuff, not times they've got nothing. It's like just depending on your luck. And then sometimes you're going to the counter, then you see the thing you want.
Yeah. What you're always looking for CX is something mispriced. Something they don't have value. You know has value. That you're gonna go lose.
Or it's like, it's not just CX this one, but if there's a really bizarre film, a really bizarre cover, and you buy it and you go to them and they look at it, it's like, what are you buying this for? It's always like that's the item in the shop that they're wondering what sicko's gonna buy it. And it's usually me.
You automatically go on a list.
Yeah.
That's the other thing I was going to say about collecting in general. People say like, it's all very money driven. There's a lot of time and energy goes into either research or browsing, trying to find the good value that you were talking about. And other ones just say, God, there's a lot of time in my day goes into Blu-ray forums or going on eBay. Actually, one that gets on eBay is the people that flip the alternative artwork around.
Yes. Oh, so get a different release.
And you get a half price. It's brilliant. Always look at the alternative artwork things.
Well, that's clever to do. That's a clever scheme.
It's good for my part. The person selling it, they lost half money, but you know, aren't taking advantage of that.
Yeah, it's
because the people who say, "Oh yeah, I don't do blind buys," it's like, well, you shouldn't really do blind buys. No blind buys, because you still look at the film and find out what it's about, and then go, "Oh yeah, I'm interested." People who just literally blind buy, of course, you're going to be disappointed. But generally, I've never been that disappointed in a quote blind buy because it's never blind.
That's right.
Yeah, because I've got almost like a price, like what I'll pay for a film, and I'll wait till I come down to a decent price. Like I know what much I'll pay for a certain film, much I won't pay. And it's like you have to hit that price eventually. I'm not going to spend a fortune on it. Certain films, and other ones, yeah, I'll spend more on. It just depends on the film, though. Really.
Yeah, because it used to be I would order a lot more on the pre-orders, but then you kind of gauge, well, that's never actually going to go out of print.
Yeah,
it's something that, oh yeah, that's going to be gone in like a couple of months or whatever.
Yeah, or that could be gone with the 3 hours. Some of the thing.
Yeah.
When Arrow did it was like the site was crashing.
Yeah.
I ended up going to Derby and couldn't even get in there. And I was like, I'll pay the postage just to get it.
Yeah. So you do learn over time. You don't have to jump in really early on everything because there's things that'll just never sell out.
Yeah, like I pre-ordered the Shane Carruth thing, and I realised I was all scared, and I thought, I can leave this for a couple of months and get it then, it'll be fine. Because no one's going to spend a fortune on this one, I can still get it when I want it. It's not a big deal.
Obviously spent a fortune on it, but...
Yes, yeah, that's true.
Of course, that was actually full, because I thought it was an Arrow Academy release. but it's not. It's just a films.
That's right.
So there's no booklet. There's very little special features on it. So
But you buy like 3 items a day, come on. That's nothing to you.
no, just three a week. I've tried to be better.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
The problem is if you watch 2 films a day but buy 4, that honestly never comes down. I don't understand why. No.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's a confession.
Yeah. I need to watch more films. That's the truth.
But I had this thing at the start of the year that it was really good at rinsing the discs. You know, make sure you went from start to finish the entire disc. And I definitely have more of it, but I've got watching this.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it, and the problems just gets worse. And you're like, what am I doing? This is so bad.
Because especially if I find it's a short film and it's got a commentary by somebody that I like. I'll watch the film and then you watch it again with commentary, and of course you'd be watching another film at that time.
Yeah.
I watch commentaries less now, but it has been something really good. But that's just my mood at the moment. It's not like a big thing, like I might change in the future. This is what mood I'm in just now, is I'm not watching as many extras. But then again, I get into phases where I watch tons of extras. It just depends on what mood I'm in.
Yeah. I just wish we could get the audio commentaries off the disc, stick them on my phone, and when I'm driving or walking or something like that, I could consume it that way.
Yeah.
That's the dream.
I'm sure there's software somewhere you can do that with.
I think there is, but I think the companies, if you buy direct from them, you know, if you have a memory login area or something, you could just avail of the audio commentaries just that way. That would be pretty fantastic. I think that's something somebody should be doing.
The thing I like the way the license though is very specific to what they're used for.
Yeah, it is. That's distributor. You're right there. Which is for horses.
Yeah. So, how do you watch your films then? Basically, is one thing I was going to ask.
For me, I am usually in my bedroom with the best TV. So I usually watch in there. And my wife generally goes to bed around 9 o'clock. Which is quite handy because she sleeps by 9 o'clock. So I stick the headphones on, and I'm good to watch what I want to watch for that period, no matter how weird and wonderful. And it's only occasionally she wakes up and she sticks the glasses on to see what's going on the screen. And it's nearly always the most opportune moment of the film. Like the one that sticks in the head is Tin Drum. Tin Drum. The scene with the young boy and the girl and on the beach. It's like the film isn't all like this.
It's when you used to watch the home when your parents always come in during the sex scene, and it's like...
Yeah, but that's what you're watching. Well, you shouldn't be watching porno so much then.
It was crash.
That's good, right.
Yeah, no, it's because I tend to watch them here at home on my TV, but because I've now got a projector, I'm watching the projector. And even though the projector's not the greatest one, I know everyone's been doing this for years, but it's still good to see it in some sort of big screen just because it's good to actually see the size. Even though the picture quality might not be the greatest because the projector I've got is just a 90 quid one. If you block off the sun, you can still get a pretty good image and you can have a lot of fun watching it.
Yeah, the projector that I got 10 years ago, 12 years ago, it's the best thing I ever bought. The first film I watched on it was Once Upon a Time in the West, and it's just like... Seeing Henry Fonda's face in 100 inches is just like... Pretty sweet. So I don't really watch films on TV that much. It's all pretty much mainly on the projector.
Yeah, that's the thing, because like, I know I've basically the option I can watch in 4K, which you get a really good colour schemes, but I can watch it in the projector, where you get the size, maybe the colour's not as good. So last night I was watching Speed Racer, I knew the colours wouldn't be as great, but you get the size and you get to see the projection of the CGI and how it worked. And it was really nice to watch. Because I'm still at the point where I'm technically trying to work everything out so that when I start watching the really good films on it, like Paul Pressburger stuff, things like that. But I'm still trying to make sure that the tech stuff's working yet. But it is something's really good. Also, I've got a PSVR, which means you can watch stuff there. But the projector's easier because you have less stuff in your head, so it's you just sit back and relax and watch something.
Plus, decent quality projectors are like way down in price, so it's a really good investment. If you're obviously see the film.
Yeah, I mean, my mind's okay, but I think it was for the price I paid was probably one of the best ones. And hopefully they'll upgrade over time, but at the moment it's perfectly good for what I need.
And because of the quality increase in the lumens, you know, when they came out originally, it's like, you're going to have to paint your wall white, and you're going to have to... I mean, my wall's terracotta, it doesn't matter, because the lumens are just like so good and also getting better now. So.
Yeah, because I mean, as you see my background, you can see it's white. It's just a white sheet I've got. I can just put up using like Velcro, and you just Velcro it up, and you can just project onto it, and it works quite nicely for what I need. As long as you actually just block the sun out from the window, you're fine. You can just sit back and watch. I mean, the only problem I really got is just making sure it goes to the screen, from the projector to it, because I don't have it locked down. Is the right place, just fidgeting with it for a minute or two. And then once that's done, that's you. But yeah.
But there's certain films that you just need to see on the screen as big as possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I mean, it's like I'm finding it weird because my TV's broken just now, so I've got my older TV watching, and it's such a much smaller screen, and you just feel really frustrated. So it's just like, hopefully next week I'll be sorted, but no, I think it's just very frustrating just now. Because I just think I'm not going to watch anything that good just now until it's sorted, because you're going to waste an experience.
It's complete first world problems. So it's like Ronan keeps on talking about watching back in the 80s, whatever, and you watch movie drum, etc. A lot of films that we've seen been on that. And around that time, all I had was a 14-inch black and white portable. And I watched nearly every famous movie that was on TV at that time was black and white for me.
Yeah.
But the quality of the picture in those things just amazing as well, just that monochrome as well. But yeah. And I was delighted with that at the time. That was the way to watch it for me.
Yeah,
the first time I saw 2001 was in the black and white telly.
Yeah, because I mean, I had a colour TV then, but it was a pretty much the same size what you're describing. It was a very small screen. It was just like but it did, because you don't know what you're missing, and then as you get older, you can get bigger screens. It's like it's more of an impact, but you take what you can get. It's still good to see a film. If the film's good, it's still going to be good wherever you see it.
It is.
And if it's bad, it's going to be bad wherever you see it. But it does help certain films. It does help to see certain films in if you can put some projector or something, or see it on a decent screen, you can appreciate more. Because once watching the projecting things, you just see the depth of the image, especially in black and white. We can I tested it out because I'd got a double indemnity streaming for like £2 or something. I projected it just to check it out. I haven't watched it fully yet. It was just like layers and layers of black and white throughout. And it was like, oh my god, I've got my money's worth just by watching this one scene.
It's the details you find when you project films. Like when I first saw Aliens and the projector, I noticed the scene where Ripley knew at night, the heater, you actually see there's a Whale-Yutani stamp on the heater, which I've never noticed any times I've watched TV. So it's just like details that come out.
Yeah, it's amazing the kind of stuff you can notice just in the details. Like I will watch The Raid in a projector, The Raid 2. Because again, I'm still watching more pulpy films just to be sure everything's set up properly. And some of the action that was astonishing just to see it projected, because you saw all the details. Like when you saw another bit where the guy gets brought down the door that's already been smashed up. That was way too much detail. But it was very good to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I think it's a case of do what you can with what you've got available to you.
Yeah.
Really.
I mean, like they say, the projector isn't making Battlefield Earth any better.
I saw it on TV.
You know.
I saw it crying in my bed, and
With your comfort blanket.
yeah,
Drenched in tears.
yeah, it was. Nothing's making that film any better apart from burning every copy. I think that would make it better. But yeah, but I mean, it's like you just have to try and find your what version of the film you can best find, really.
Yeah.
'Cause
And having a nice seat. Having something that's comfortable to sit on, especially for something that's maybe a bit of a longer run time.
yeah,
Not being comfortable is probably a bad move.
Yeah.
especially you're older and your body starts to creak a little bit, and it's like you start to think my body used to work a lot better than it does now. It just doesn't work as well anymore. Like,
Or it lets me know much more often than it used to.
yeah,
Yeah. I get that. Nobody's watching a brighter summer day on a wooden chair with no cushion.
yeah. That's one of the ones I've got planned for the projector when it's like up and running properly. So
Yeah, that's still in my backlog.
Oh my, what a movie. There's a film you're going to want to talk about at the end. That's one of those ones.
yeah,
You're not gonna be able to
it's one of those ones I'm saving up for a good day, because one of the things, you know, it's worth the effort, so you don't want to just watch it when you're in the mood to watch some trashy. You want to watch it when you're in the mood to watch something like that.
There's a classic one that's 4 hours long. That if you sit and do a movie or film about it, or make a video about it at the end, that if you're not talking about spoilers, you'll just sit there and go, what am I going to talk about here? There's nothing really else. Even though it was 4 hours long, it's like, right.
Yeah.
I suppose that is one of those films that lots of people have seen in the cinema community. I can't make the only person.
But it is intimidating. Like, there's no doubt. Who actually wants to commit to watch 4 hour movie? Like Tangled. Like, I'm not going to buy that, because that's going to sit in my shelf for eternity, because it's so long.
I've seen that one. It's really good. But I need to rewatch it again to do a video, because it's a while. It's really been a while. So it's like there's lots of films I could do videos on from memory, but I'd rather rewatch them first before I do it, because it's a better video. And it's like all these Buñuel films, all these other ones. It's like I've actually seen so many good films, but it's like you want to have good video on them. You need to rewatch them and do it right. So, but I've got Elephant Sitting Still to watch. Now that's another 4 hour one I'm looking forward to. I mean, I did The Human Condition last year, and that was 9 hours.
Yeah, because I think we both took our time to hear Human Condition, but eventually watched it.
Yeah, you're shamed into, because everyone else had seen it apart from you.
Yeah. I don't browse the peer pressure until I do.
Yeah.
But in my case, I think that was one of the things around that time I was renting. And whatever came through the rental kind of forced you. That's one of the, So it came through, and but it's set on the list, you're like, God, I don't know if I'm ready to watch this. But because of there, that's why I got through the Human Condition at the time. Just magnificent. Oh my God.
Yeah, because the thing is, once you get hooked into the character, it just flies by anyway. It's just thought of it.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah, it's getting through the first 20 minutes, and you realise, we're in good hands, it's fine. We're good. As soon as his life goes bad, which happens very quickly, we're great. Yeah. As soon as you realise it's not going to be Japanese during the World War II, you know what you're into for 9 hours.
What an absolutely incredible film. Because I was good about it.
Yeah. We could do a whole episode just on that.
Yeah, I don't know, I can't remember what I said about it at the time. I know I did videos on it, but I can never remember what I said about any film after I've done the video. It's like, try to remember, it's like, I said something and I hope it made sense, and I can remember other people said about the films in their videos more than I can remember me. It's like, I blathered on, but I don't know, can't remember quite what I said.
Yeah, I can't believe I'd done like over 400 videos in like 2.5 years.
Whoa!
I only had to pop up, and it's like I don't remember doing that.
Yeah. And many of them in masks. Many mask ones were there.
Yeah, quite a few.
Yeah.
Because obviously, I think Dice is over 1,000 videos.
That's over 1,000.
I think he's been doing it just under 3 years.
Yeah.
Jeez, I remember that first couple of videos in the Criterion groups on Facebook, and it being so different from what everybody else is doing. Everybody's like, oh, let's just keep doing this. This is awesome.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm amazed it's not 3,000 by now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really
Not man's energy.
I know.
Just.
Because I get dips where some weeks I'm just not. It's not worth doing it because I'm not in the mood to do it and it'll be garbage. So I just try and do it when I've got the energy so I can do something good.
Yeah.
I just couldn't keep going every week. I just would be. Plus, I don't know those interviews as well now, and it's like. I did one before and it was like an hour and a half, and it seems he's doing that like 3 or 4 of them every week, and it's like, Christ, how can you get through all that?
Yeah. I probably helps his regard that he has a limited scope for what he's going to cover. You know, he probably doesn't have that paralysis of what to watch. Like we were talking about earlier, you never feel like you make the right decision. Although while you're watching the movie, you're like, maybe I should have checked that out. Watch.
Yeah.
He seems to be James Bond and Criterion. That seems to be, he knows what he's got.
I definitely felt that way with Battlefield Earth. Why am I watching this? Is it worth it?
Keep on watching Hudson Hawk.
Oh, how dare you? How very dare you?
Did a video on that as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I showed I've got the CD and the novelization.
That's good.
Yeah.
Oh, you use action figures and that, do you?
Yeah, well, that was one of my films from the 90s that I had a fondness for that no one likes. I'm proud of my flaws.
To be fair, I haven't seen it for years. I should probably rewatch it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is like, I'm quite happy to admit the films that are flawed that I like, because I figure it's more funny. It's just funnier.
Yeah.
You know, it makes me laugh, really. So it keeps it light. It means when you cover the series films, it means you've got them. You feel a bit lighter watching them as well when you talk about them, so it's more natural. I have a true series with the series films that make for really boring videos, so I just try and keep it light all the time.
Yeah, there's nothing worse than just liking what everybody else likes just because everybody else likes it. You've got to like what you like, and it doesn't matter.
And it's a fun hobby.
Yeah.
I think when you do go for that, and it's hard not when you make hard not to do. Sorry, when you make a video, kind of go deep into what a film is about, what it meant, all the rest of it. But sometimes by doing that, you strip all the fun out of what was already in the video, and you kind of
yeah.
And sometimes I watch it back and go, I've lost what makes that film good by trying to be analytical.
Yeah. One of my favourite I ever did was when I compared Braveheart to a Serbian tale. I did a double bill of Braveheart and a Serbian tale. And that was just fun because I've just been so bitchy about it the whole time. It was a nice little relaxation video beyond just the vent about 2 films I couldn't stand.
Okay, I made a video about Call of the Day and never put it up because I watched it back like this film is not that. This film is just it's fun from start to finish. Well, past the first 20 minutes when it was one of the worst made films I've ever seen in my entire life. But after that, it was just joy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the part the ones that talk about. Is that still what I love?
You don't want to spoil that movie for anybody, but at the same point, you're like, I want to talk about it, but everybody should watch it.
Yeah.
You wonder how many people switched off after the first 20 minutes.
Well, wasn't it third window themselves said they think the reason they ever got it because a lot of distributors were looking at the films, obviously they felt that nobody watched past the first 20 minutes. And they stuck through the end and were like, why does nobody else want this? This is magnificent.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just the thing that makes it great is the thing you can't talk about, which is the it makes it. It's almost like a little secret, really. Like I can't tell you what it is, but you have to see it to know what it is.
But it's such a warm, fuzzy film, despite the first 20 minutes.
Yeah,
Very awful.
anyway,
Again, I know Chris, you talk a lot about third window as well, and Nasrin does. Again, I've got a pile of back. Third window really underrated, and he do great work as well.
Super underrated.
Yeah.
Although I have to say, there are certain releases to do that I know are just not for me. From experience now, you can skip over them. I think they're pretty good that way, and then I can decide that is something I'm going to be interested in, and not something I'm not going to be interested in. Quickly.
Yeah, because Ronan just did one about the animated film.
That's right. He did.
I know this one's great. Thanks for making me more interested in this,
What?
but I can't afford it.
I admit to the fact that I that was one of the not pick up file, and like, oh, God damn you.
Yeah, it was.
They're so much fun.
I know. But it's that thing is, I'm a little skint this month because of some pre-orders, and it's like, thanks, you could have waited a month before you did this video.
Okay. I don't mind. You guys may spend money. I mean, I bought the Nightingale and Hunger after watching Chris's video. Still haven't watched them.
Yeah. That's the way it goes.
Yeah.
Again, Hunger's a hard one to recommend because again, it's a film from about my area kind of thing. How can you recommend that to people when they have my life kind of thing, you know?
Just to find out more about that area, really.
It's a bit like I watched Best Natives.
Yeah.
It's coming out Monday. Not film. Magnificent. I honestly couldn't talk highly enough about how good that film is. But I think if you're outside, say Scotland or North England, I don't think that film in any way is shape or way that maybe we would, you know.
Yeah.
So that bizarrely.
All right.
Long time ago.
Big country t-shirt on.
Yeah, because we actually went in and saw the last 10 minutes bizarrely, and then saw the rest. That was those kind of days.
Yeah, that was weird. I saw Star Trek 2 that way. Was basically I got this ending spoiled for me straight away. Oh yeah, Spock's going to do this.
I felt still work that way. I think you know, done it reverse.
Yeah.
They do that all the time now. Flashback to the end.
Yeah, that's right.
We'll be picking up Restless Natives.
Yeah.
It's kind of the Belfast film never made.
I just did a review for it, and I pretty much said exactly the same thing. And it's a film that has built Versace DNA written all over from start to finish.
Yeah. I haven't seen that one actually. I think I've seen that one. I have years ago.
Yeah.
It's one of those ones that's like sometimes you think you've seen certain film, you can remember the titles, and it's like haven't seen it or have not seen it. Because sometimes you see a film and you haven't seen it, and you're halfway through because I've seen this film.
Like, I mean, I haven't seen it for years. I don't have DVD, so I'm interested to see it again.
This is pretty good because the retrospective documentary is pretty good, and then Big Country do a bit on it, and there's audio commentary. But it's really funny. Vincent Friel, who plays Will, he basically recounts the fact when that came out, and he walked down the street to the cinema, and there was his name in Restless Natives alongside Robert De Niro in Once Upon a Time in America, so at the same time, you know, like, right, has changed. Such a good film, such a good. I absolutely loved it.
It's almost like Kneeling.
Yeah, it is. It has so much physical comedy in it that it's one of those things. Some so I watched back the second time when I was going through it, and all the little things that are inside that I completely missed.
Yeah.
People putting up joke classes, just runs right through it. And Bernard Hill's terrible. Glasgow accent as well, you know. It's just all loads of stuff to watch out for.
Yeah. Looking forward to seeing it.
Yeah.
Everything comes out now though, so you don't notice it, and it's like, when was that released? The thing is like, because films come out in even in physical media, and it's like, I didn't even know that was released, and it's been out for weeks.
Yeah. because it's kind of funny looking back, because obviously I did when I started, films that need a Blu-ray release, and in the 2.5 years I've been doing the channel, it's amazing the number that I've actually had Blu-ray releases.
Yeah.
I went back and watched those
Come
just to see.
and stuff like that.
Yeah. Crash.
Long may it continue. Crash.
Right, yeah.
Crash has been released everywhere.
That's
Yes.
right. Everybody's had a good Crash, that's true.
Yeah.
Can't get what John Sayles is in though. You know that
Yeah,
company's
yeah.
still going strong.
Yeah, we got to get that.
Yep.
The Dave tried to do sales, but box set, I'll faint.
Yes. All right. Well, I think we've been going for like an hour and a half now, so I think we're kind of. I think we'll probably push people's patience to listen to this for any longer. So thanks a lot, Chris, for being in our podcast.
An absolute
Thank you
pleasure.
very much. Again, go subscribe to Chris's channel if you haven't already.
And I'll let Ronan finish off because he's much better at stuff than I am.
Well, thanks so much for watching. Chris, do you want to mention anything that's coming up on your channel or anything you're going to be watching?
Well, what have I got to watch? I've got a couple of different channels that I've got to watch. One usually the World, which I started to see and then I've catch up on the actors Mackie. And these three songs as well. So that's what's coming on mine, I think.
How about you, Nazrin? Plans?
I've got a bunch of films I may watch just for videos and stuff, but I'm kind of. I still haven't quite watched it. I'm going to watch it. I've got a kind of vague watch list, but nothing I'm really sticking to. It was one of those few weeks. February's been. Nothing's gone the way I planned, so I'm not even making plans at the moment. But it's going to be a weird Nick Cage film coming out video for next week. I'll shoot it tomorrow.
Fair enough.
Yourself?
I'm just going to continue playing through my Cloud Travel, although I've only got 9 left. That's been probably going to go 2.5 years. Yeah, I'm doing his 50th film, but it's only the 24th in the series, so you can see how many I've missed out, because he did direct 74, I believe. In hindsight, maybe wasn't right the right direction. I'll continue my Kurosawa for Rashomon. That's only got 10 parts. I'll be doing the third part, and also Kazbaki. I'll be doing part 3, and more random reviews and nonsense.
Yeah, and did you edit out that bit from the video from the Kurosawa one? Is that edited out now?
Edited out.
Yeah.
I mean, I did make the point, nobody's I'm not going to edit it again.
Yeah. Yeah, he said something, I was like, what? And I messaged him, I was like, you said this? So the
No,
video
I'm not
was
going
out.
to edit it. It was in politics, and it's not politics.
Yeah.
So thanks so much for watching. Hope that's been fun and you enjoyed it. It was certainly good to have Chris.
Yep.
And hopefully we'll see you again for Ronan and Nazrin Talks.
Yep.
Farewell.